Andrew McCart, iFLTV, delighted again to be joined by Jack Catterall. Different setting from I've never been at this Moss Side Fire Station Boxing Club before, Jack.
Really?
No, never been. It's an old school, and I mean this respectfully, smelly, grimy.
I just had to move them wraps.
Yeah,
near
them
too,
wraps are
'cause they
stinking. Do you know what I mean? It's that old when I was a kid, when I was boxing, probably
Only
yourself.
one thing I don't like about this gym,
Right.
and you have to turn the camera around after. Some artist,
I've seen that. Yeah, no, I've seen that.
Some artist
I'll do it
has
now.
done
Watch. I'll zoom in as well.
some artist has done a picture of me, and it resembles somebody else.
I think it's pretty good.
Who is it? Who resembled, do you think?
And purposely, Nigel's, you know what? It's been gifted from another boxing gym, and Nigel's put it there. And I've asked him repeatedly, please take it down, but he's not, obviously.
You know what? I knew it was you from off the bat. I knew that when I came in here. That was Jack Catterall up there. But you don't like it?
Looks like I've been hit loads. I don't get hit.
There you go there. Yeah, I didn't get to speak to you after the Harlem Eubank fight, so I want to just go back to that quickly before we talk about Twitter, because you seem to be quite boisterous now on Twitter now, which is good. Yeah, the Harlem Eubank fight, frustrating night for yourself. Not the way that you wanted the fight to end, but a win's a win, like you said. Just a couple of weeks now, a few weeks now since the fight. What's your thoughts and reflection on it all?
You know what? You said it. A win's a win. Not a win that I wanted in that fashion. Frustrating. We only got 6 rounds through the fight before the fight was over. We know from the cut. Yeah, just very frustrating. I think you're talking about a fighter that's undefeated, that's getting his opportunity, like I did the time in Scotland with a fight that you didn't watch.
And I still not watched it.
You know what? And you go out there and you give it your all. And in the build-up to the fight week, he talked about coming to Manchester, coming to the middle of the ring, knocking me out. That's all well and good. And I feel like, and I've explained this to people that I've spoke to, after the first round or two, got me timing, got me distance with a jab, felt good in there. 3-4 rounds in, I feel like he was running out of ideas. Stylistically, it wasn't the greatest matchup. And I feel like he was in the ring, he was running around the ring, he was trying to be awkward, tie me up, trying to be slippery. I anticipated this, but in the same breath, you're saying you're going to come and fight and knock me out. So we get a couple rounds down. I feel like he's ran out of ideas. I could read it in his body language. And then it's time for me then to start closing the distance, not making those silly mistakes, and really put the pressure on.
So they're showing off.
And I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to show that. Round 6 comes, Harlem gets a little nick. From his own doing, I feel like there wasn't much thought behind his attacks. He's either well out of distance or he's rushing in with his head. That happens, he gets a cut. He's running out of ideas anyway. Now he's got a cut, he's very desperate. He runs in again with his head and I get a big cut.
What do you make of his comments that the referee robbed him, or the doctors robbed him of a spectacular knockout?
Absolutely ridiculous. You know what? We've seen some ridiculous stuff from Harlem, from Chris Jr., etc. I think it's stupid. I've seen comments about Frampton being ringside, etc. And you know as well as I do, I've got a relationship with Carl. So has Josh. None of us have made stupid comments into like it's the scoring judges, the referee, etc. But yeah, I just think it's he's clutching at straws. Ultimately, had his chance to come and make a dent and make a jump on to whatever level he thinks we're at, and he didn't do it.
Ewan, Turkey Al Sheikh, immediately after the fight, he said something, this is Jerry versus Jerry. You replied, and he sort of went, listen, almost gave you the opportunity, or gave you a sort of olive branch to say, come to the Riyadh season, get you on a card now. And you've been boisterous as well on Twitter, reference Rolly Romero and all the other guys up at 147, the Brian Normans and the Devin Haney's. Yeah, you've been active on X. Is this sort of like, I don't know, it seems like this is the new way to pick a fight.
It's not my fault that the fight stylistically didn't go as planned. All right, maybe I could have been more on the front foot, maybe should have tried to blast him out there early, who knows. I wasn't prepared to go in there, coming off a defeat, start swinging wild and making mistakes early in the fight. The plan for me was always breaking down, get the distance, get the time in, and kind of after 4 or 5 rounds, really put the pressure on then. Didn't get to do that, so when he's made the comment, Jerry, and listen, we take it with a pinch of salt, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. All right then, deliver me somebody that you think is going to come and beat me and knock me out, and I'll show you what I can do.
Rolly Romero, that seemed to be the one that you mentioned.
Yeah, of course, we loved that fight. I think
he's been elevated right to the WBA in 147.
Yeah, so I've spoke to Sam, I've spoke to Eddie, and they're pushing for all these fights. I've never turned down a fight before, and I don't.
Is Jamie on face? Look at him. Where's
don't,
Jamie? Where's Jamie?
Jimmy's in Tenerife.
Oh, lucky. He likes Tenerife, doesn't he, Jamie?
Living his best life. But yeah, I've accepted all these fights. I'm in a position where I want to fight the best fighters, whether that be Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, this guy, that guy. I'm back in the gym, back training. The cut's healing up nicely. I've got a small operation next week on the eye just to make sure it's going to be right for the back end of the year, and I'll be ready to go.
When you look at Rolly Romero, right, and you look at Mario Barrios, Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney, do you think the 147-pound division is a little bit open? And I mean that by maybe they're not the strongest world champions. I've heard on people saying on X as well that the 147 seems to be a weak division now, that the champions aren't as strong. How do you see the division?
Yeah, I see it as a great division, a lot of great fighters. Crawford's not there, Boots has gone up to 154. I do believe it's open. We've got Crocker Donovan fighting for the world title next month.
Yep.
A lot of great fights to be made, and these are the fights that we want to be involved in.
I was going to say the Crocker Donovan fight. Is the winner of that fight interest you? Because that's you in domestic clashes seem to do well.
Yeah, you know what? I've had a lot over the years. Even before I was with Matchroom, a lot of domestic fights, and we love the domestic fights. I'm open to all these, and that's the instruction to Sam. Make the fights.
Are you putting pressure on Sam?
Listen, Sam don't need any pressure. Sam's busy as it is, and Sam wants the best for his fighters. So it's about putting the work in and getting one of these fights.
That being said, then, when you look at obviously, hopefully the eye's not too bad and it's healed up and you can get a fight back into the year. Is that a world title? Can you see that being for a world title or another sort of eliminate? How do you see this year ending?
Honestly, I don't know. I would absolutely love for it to be a world title fight. That being said, there's a lot of great fights to be made with fighters at 147, and even at 140. I'm not ruling fights out at 140. Great fights that maybe not be for the world title. So, and I'm open to these fights.
It would be remiss of me not to talk about, but obviously, I wouldn't want to call him an arch enemy. Josh Taylor's been forced to retire due to injury. You mentioned your eye, you've got to see the doctor with it. For a fighter to be forced out of the game through an injury, it's not good, but obviously you've shared 24 hard-fought rounds with him. You're never going to be friends. That's probably a given. But yeah, your thoughts on Josh Taylor retiring?
You know what, I sent a little message. It weren't anything deep. I sent a little message to his retirement, a handshake emoji. Listen, like you said, we shared 24 rounds together. Our names will be etched together for the fights that we had. Listen, nobody wants to be told they've got to finish boxing, so I can imagine that being frustrating and emotional. I've seen the stuff online. Listen, I don't wish any ill upon Josh. I hope he's healthy and happy, and obviously his eye's intact, so that's good, he can see. So, listen, wish him all the best.
Definitely. Jack, one final one. We'll speak a year from now, 1 year from now, do you have a world title around your waist?
I believe so, 100%. That's got to be happening in these next 6-12 months. It's got to be a final eliminator, a world title fight. I've got to get my hands on one of them straps.
I know. I said that was the final one, but knowing you, Jack, I can see you being in Belfast on the 17th of September. I can see you sitting ringside ready to pick a fight again.
I can't. Baby's due 3 days after.
Is it? Oh,
I'll be watching. You know, I like to go and support the fighters. Yeah. We've got Pat on the card, unfortunately, and I said I'd like to follow Pat's career throughout. Won't be able to make this fight, but I'll be watching at home and supporting the fighters and keeping my eye on them world titles.
Definitely. Listen, not long for the babies here, so good luck with the baby if I don't see you beforehand,
Thank
Jack.
you very
And
much.
yeah, thanks again for doing this for iFLTV. Cheers, Jack.